With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. Amir Smith-Marset now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
58, the 20. Here we go. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Off play action, Tannehill. Dancing to his left. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Set. 80.
58's the mic.
Hey, 58 is the mic.
Block.
58's the mic.
You're not ready. Check your hot read.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Forced out to his left, and he wisely will throw that one away.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
48's Mike.
Rabbit. Mike, 48.
Here we go.
48's the mic.
Base. Brought your lunch.
They snap it to Tannehill. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense holds on the Knights' opening drive. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's go, ready.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Jones breaking from the contact and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Check Mike 6. Bring it.
Omaha, ready to move.
Stafford on first down. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike 6.
Hey, 54. You got deep. Mike 6.
Stafford now to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Let's go.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Mike 6.
Yeah. Hey, check
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now Stafford. The quick slant caught. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal.
Watch the screen.
Connor is going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. From the 6. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick, and the Rams will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Mike 6.
Come on. You better bring it. Big 20. Mike,
After the interception, here's Stafford. Flushed out right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Steps away to his left. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Mike, set. 180. 6. Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day.
Zebra.
Hey, check it out.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Escaping the pressure right.
Here we go.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
On first down, it's Stafford. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Seahawks will take over here just shy of the 30.
The Seahawks take over first and 10.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. On first and 10, Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right. Room to run past midfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The last drive, remember, a similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill.
Come on, come on,
Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Second down and 7. Here's Tannehill. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Run.
Play action. It's Tannehill. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Melvin Gordon as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime. Flushed out right. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Buying time to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. Nwangu now from his end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Check Mike 6.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Past the 20.
I told y'all it was going to be a big one. I told y'all.
Touchdown, L.A. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation and figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors. Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Mario Edwards Jr. there to bring him down. Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Watch the pass. Hurry.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill sliding out of the pocket. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Tannehill. Able to get this to Gordon. And some room to work. And he's taken down inside the 30.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
You got tight. You got trip left. Alert flare. Hip.
Tannehill on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
On 2nd and very short, Tannehill. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
And I think the ball's out. And this will get out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So fortunately, they're able to hold on to the possession. Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal.
Trip left.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Nine yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal.
4 down.
They'll run it with Williams. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jamal Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead is down to 2. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have a Rams first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
Let's get it. Hey, check Mike, Mike 6. 21. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Mike 6. Mike 6.
To throw is Stafford. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is caught. Touchdown, L.A. Quez Watkins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game.
Makes the score Rams 22, Seahawks 13.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. From the end zone is Smith-Marset. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent.
And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Zach Ertz, 79 yards. And the Seahawks have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Boswell for the extra point. And the lead is down to 2.
Makes the score Rams 22, Seahawks 20. Chris
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Set, 280, double right. Hey, we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Converge. Hey, check Mike, Mike 6, Mike 6. I got it.
Stafford now to throw. Flush to his right. This complete right side to the tight end Farrell. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Mike 6.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Tannehill to throw. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught by Tate. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow, wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Hatch it. Hurry.
They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation? He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Let's go. 20. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
40. Here you go. Right here. 48.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Mike 48. Mike 48.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout As the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. And they take a knee. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly. Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the fourth quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee. So that'll move them up 5, make the kick a little easier.
Rarely do you get kickers that don't want some yardage closer to the post, right? It's rare, but in this case, he'll definitely take them.
Hey, hey, hey.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto District of Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
And I don't quite know what's happening here. It's a first down, but the field goal team is out onto the field. This one from 35 yards away. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And able to take it past the 20. We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. And as is to be expected, this is nowhere near being good from that distance. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what now already?
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Terry McLaurin, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Oh, this is blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. Well, go ahead and mark that down as one of the most bizarre first down calls in the history of the National Football League. A fake, and it backfires.
Well, we've seen a lot of
first down.
Yeah, you're right. And we've seen a lot of innovation throughout the years in the NFL. I mean, we've gone from the single wing to the T formation to shotgun, right? Running spread, run and shoot, you name it, right?
To first down field goal
First down field goal fakes. I think that's an innovation that will not catch on.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. To throw is Tannehill. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. The 40. 20. 10. Touchdown. Terry McLaurin, an even 90 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Just an unbelievable start. Less than a minute in, they're already up 2 touchdowns.
You talk about getting out of the gate fast. I mean, beyond fast. That's warp speed, isn't it? To jump up with 2 scores like that in less than a minute's time, your confidence has to be elevated.
I haven't even found the right height for my chair yet. I'm still adjusting.
You mean you found a way to sit down?
I did, yeah.
Wow, you're quick.
At least I got that accomplished.
I'm still standing watching this occur.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Nwangwu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. This to McLaurin out on the left side. 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill, and the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this is caught out in the left flat. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Lady, alert! Rip left, rip left. Hey, check back. All day, dog.
Running on first down is Jones, but he's not going to get much, maybe a couple. And it's second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
32.
They'll try the right side with Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Solid, baby. That's big solid. Hey, check Mike. Check Mike. Mike 6. Mike 6. So we got man.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Here comes Peppers. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
48.
Back to throw, Tannehill. Caught by the tight end Ertz. So an unlucky number here, a loss of 13 on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and forever.
I really don't know where to go with this one. He caught the pass, but in the opposite direction towards his own end zone. That's not one you get every game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Now Gordon on 1st down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Pick it up. It's our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Hey. Check 9. He's coming. We got double up.
3rd and long long. It's Tannehill. Slings this deep for McLaurin. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Again, Gordon on 2nd and goal. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit, a great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. So on 3rd and goal, Gordon. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They are going for it. It's Tannehill looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Make that now 4 touchdown passes for Ryan Tannehill. And the Seahawks are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Third time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And a rout is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken from about the 12. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Going deep here for Watkins. And incomplete on the deep ball.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
Well, I've never seen this one. It's 2nd down, and the punt team is out there. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Tannehill. Wide open receiver complete.
Here we go.
He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10, 5. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Extra point now by Boswell. These have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging second half blowout material. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On first down, it's Gordon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll wind up being a huge loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a second at about a mile here.
Round 80! Run. Ricky.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Now Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Terry McLaurin there to make the grab. And the Seahawks are running away with this one. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on-knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here.
There you go, Tiger.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Tannehill going to throw for it. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Nwangu now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how
he's got a man, complete. Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows them.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Terry McLaurin there to make the grab. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. By Boswell for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. Have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. Touchdown, Rams. Quez Watkins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams do gain a bit of respectability. Extra point by Koo, up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Under crush. Base. SOS.
On 2nd and a long way to go. Tannehill. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Nothing here.
20. 10. Touchdown, Seahawks. Terry McLaurin, 83 yards. And the Seahawks get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Nwangu now from his end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's...
It got his man complete. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there for L.A. From the red zone now, Stafford. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Odell Beckham, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Rams get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Koo able to connect on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game just illustrates how important home field really is. On paper, didn't look like much of a matchup, but now it's looking like... And this is caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Terry McLaurin, 53 yards. And the Seahawks are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Nwangu now from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. On 1st and 10, Stafford rolling to his right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford going deep here for Watkins. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Seahawks are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And there he goes left side. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10.
Take off your helmet and give me a kiss next
Touchdown.
time.
Terry McLaurin, 99 yards. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. Extra point now by Boswell. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Nwangu now. Oh, and it's going to carry him out of the side of the end zone, and that, my friends, is a safety, 2 points. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over. All right, partner, get that disapproving look off of your face. He did get it out to the 1-yard line. Yeah, I know. Wasn't the best play in the world. He's hoping his offense can bail him out.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The 30. 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he loses the football a second time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Taken in at the 3. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Let's go!
All right, partner, get that disapproving look off of your face. He did get it out to the 1-yard line. Yeah, I know. Wasn't the best play in the world. He's hoping his offense can bail him out.
Zero. Check 24, check 24.
From the end zone, Tannehill slings this deep for McLaurin. He's got a man complete. The 40. The 20. 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Win. Let's go.
Here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Oh, wide open, complete. And he is finally out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right around the 20. It's a big play there for Seattle. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, "But don't fumble the football."
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Porter Gustin in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Get out here. That's how we do it.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
58's Mike. Hip. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Hey, tight. 58, boys. 58. 58's Mike. Here, trip left.
After the sack on first down, Tannehill, and this one's incomplete. How good has he been throwing the football, though? Despite that incompletion, that's just the third time he's been off target this entire game.
And Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
Throw complete right side to Cooks. And out of bounds right around the 20. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
Let's go. 30. Face. I can't believe they let you play.
And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Tight right.
Here's Tannehill. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they've wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they've wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here this fourth quarter. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Alert! Hey, 50!
From the gun, here's Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Flushed out right. He gets it to Humphreys. And some space here. And all the way down to the 9. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So out now is the Seattle field goal team. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Boswell's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
And they're not able to complete it. Now just 6 seconds remain. Time for one, maybe 2 more plays.
Here we go. Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
22!
One last throw here for Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for L.A., the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.